Welcome to Living Your Path. I am Cecile Ferry, a coach and astrologer. I'm here to guide you on how to live and work in alignment with your true self so you can find fulfillment and serenity. Hello my beautiful people, and welcome to your cosmic catch-up for week commencing the 1st of December. So we are here towards really the end of the year. December is not going to feel quiet and peaceful, astrologically speaking, actually even more so in the second half. But this week, the two things I want to talk about are the move of Venus from Scorpio to Sagittarius and the full moon in Gemini happening in the second half of the week. But for now, let's just say we can enjoy the end of Mercury retrograde. Mercury is moved direct, so things are going to go to plan a lot more. Things are going to work in the outside world, which is lovely, especially at that time of the year. And Saturn has moved direct as well in Pisces. So we're very much about integrating all the lessons that we've had. Mercury retrograde in Scorpio was a lot about our deep emotional, unconscious patterns. And Saturn is about the structure of our life, our vision, our sense of responsibility, and also in a spiritual context because it's in Pisces. So lots of lessons that we're now integrating. So we don't have to do much, just like sit with them and enjoy the more forward energy. We also still have Mars in Sagittarius, so that's a lot of fire that will make us feel like exploring, going forward, maybe having a bit of a leap of faith. So really good drive this month. And then as of today, Venus moved in Sagittarius. So it's going to be there for the next 3.5 weeks. And that's really beautiful for our relationships and our sense of self-worth and our finances, because all of those parts of our lives are going to be blessed with a renewed sense of optimism, adventure, and freedom. So be careful, don't go out spending like blindly, especially Black Friday. But I think it's really exciting, especially in terms of relationship, because it's a great time to try new things, to be spontaneous, to create more variety, more excitement, and also to express our feelings directly. So enjoy this lighter, kind of faster moving energy in your relationship, finance, and sense of self-worth. Okay, the second part of this week, the main focus is the full moon in Gemini. Big moon because it's another super full moon. It's the third one in a row. So we've had October, November, now December, and it's the last full moon for 2025. In other words, the last full big exhale and release for the year. And so I think we all need it. It's been a tough year. I think we've been through a lot. We've put up with a lot of things, and it has felt like a big year of growth. More on that later. But this is the last opportunity to shift a couple more things so that we start next year with a cleaner slate. So it is happening in New York on Thursday at 6:14 p.m. and in the UK at 11:14 p.m. And in Australia, it will be Friday morning at 10:14 a.m. So it will be a 13 degree Gemini. We will see it a lot, especially it's a super full moon. It's very close to the Earth, and it's actually positioned at a very high level astrologically. I won't bore you with the technical details, but it will seem very much overhead. And the signs that will feel it the most are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. You know, we might all feel it, but especially you guys will feel more emotional this week and towards the end of it. And it's in Gemini, which is the sign of communication, the mind, conversations, understanding. So you guess it. Being a full moon, which is about release, which is about ending, completion, and letting go. This is the opportunity to clear our head as we end the year. Clear it from negative thoughts, fears, anxiety, things that are going on loop in our heads, things we are ruminating, mental patterns that are not working for us. Basically, things that are living rent-free there and they're not achieving good things for us in our reality. So we've seen a lot of things coming up through the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. And now this is with our mind. We're going to make a clear effort to shift some of those things so that we can experience change come the next lunar cycle. So it could be that we're having some deeply cleansing or detoxifying conversations under this full moon. So handle those with care because Mercury is in Scorpio, the ruler of this full moon. So we might see truth coming to light still and needing to think through. What's for sure is the sun will shine a light on our thoughts for more clarity and for us to understand the meaning of what we have been learning. To just add a little bit dimension to it, that full moon, the moon and the sun that are in opposition are forming a straight, exact opposition with the lunar nodes. So it's like a big cross, perfect cross in the sky. So the lunar nodes are in Virgo and Pisces, exactly at 13 degrees. So what that means is this full moon will have a karmic dimension to it. And I would even say, that's just me saying it, it will have a mini eclipse flavor because the nodes are very close to the moon and the sun during an eclipse. But right now they're at 90 degrees. It's another milestone. So I think we will also be seeing things, experiencing events that will push us to get those lessons even more of the nodes, which are about releasing control, surrendering, trusting, and finding order without being rigid, So we're going to be asked to be flexible, and that aligns with the Gemini mindset. It's about staying open. Those signs, those 4 signs that form that cross in the sky are about mutation. They're signs that adapt, that see when change is required. So if you can channel one skill set under this full moon, it's that one. So things might be evolving and we've been through a lot, and this is about going, okay, what do I need to release? Where do I need to change and shift? So a couple of questions for you to help you think through it. What am I leaving behind from 2025? And use your mind to answer that. Where do I have negative self-talk that I'm ready to release? Where do I have those patterns and those rumination? What are the things that I'm really done with, in other words, that I really don't want to have on my mind anymore? And what do I want to replace it with? And that's really important. Start planting the seeds of how you want to think going forward. And where do I need to stay more open or reshape my beliefs? So this idea of open-mindedness, of flexibility. At the same time, we do have in the backdrop a beautiful grand trine, that triangle in the sky, in water energy, so that is very supportive for emotional intelligence. It's between Mercury, our minds and thought, Jupiter, our emotional patterns, and Saturn, responsibilities. So it has a lot of depth and will make us really deeply understand our emotion. And we have Uranus opposite Mercury, so again, maybe we'll see some sudden things coming to light, and that will help us also breaking free from that rigid thinking. So really the keywords to finish off are flexibility and getting rid of those negative thoughts, those loops that are not serving us. So enjoy the shift in your relationships and finance and sense of self-worth with the new Sagittarius energy for Venus. And really spend some time listing under this full moon all those thoughts that you don't want to carry into next year. And if you want, even burn that list. It's a great way to really align with the full moon and that energy of cleansing, purifying, and getting rid of that stuff so that we can start fresh next year. So have a great week. I hope things are not getting too mad, but now with Mercury retrograde finished, at least things should flow more smoothly in your calendars, in technologies, in appointments. So good luck as we're ramping up towards the end of the year. Take care of yourself, and I'll speak to you next week. Bye, everyone.